Welcome everybody to NGS Headline. I'm the new official navigator for NGS, Masahiro Sakurai, so let's get started. It's 9 PM, and I'm bringing you the latest info on NGS. If you weren't aware, the previous official NGS navigator, Hiro Arai, went on to become the new director of NGS. As a regular PSO2 player myself, I offered my help in hosting the NGS headlines, and he gladly accepted, so here I am. Now, I know there's been heated discussions about the state of New Genesis, but rest assured, the development team is proud to bring you a massive amount of pure, gameplay content. As a result, this headline will not include any fashion updates. However, we do plan to cover fashion in a separate venue. We have over 1,000 scratches to promote for the month of April 30. To save time on this headline, we'll be advertising all 1,000 of them, throughout the world. We did end up buying several major digital billboard companies, but this grants us full control of humanity, through advertisements. With the amount of billboards we've outright purchased, it will be impossible to escape NGS in your daily lives, so I hope you learn about a few scratches on your work commute. You might be unaware of this, but today is April 30. We do tend to release all our earth-shattering news on April 30, and this year, it's no different. I do hope you're ready, because we've got a lot to cover. So, let's get started.
NGS Hot Information.
Let's roll the trailer.
The leader of the dolls have shown themselves.
Crawford, incoming transmission, source unknown.
What?
I am the collectible of the universe, sending my doulas of justice. Despite you all, your mingling with Falsehawk has brought you moral depravity. The doulas are on their way, so please, welcome your demise with open arms.
もしもし、ディフェンダーさんいらっしゃいますか？私は学校がないとすぐ迷子になります。私はドールマスターだ。この美しい世界をお前たちの大敗のために
テクノロジーロボットマシン、セックス、その他もろもろ。私はあなたの対価からハードディスクを守る義務があるのです。ただ、世界平和が欲しいだけなんです。
保護者仲間の皆さん、はじめまして。良いですか？私もです。私のことを知ってるんだから殺すしかないでしょう。恨みっこなしです。
神々を苦しめてきたのはあなたなんですね。あなたの家族、すべてを一瞬で根絶やしにできる。私はそれを永遠の若さのために使うからだ。
つまり、あなたは私の美を汚す害虫なんですね。私の罰は暴力ではなく、あなたの経済全体を消滅させることです。
ダベーダベーツインクルスターズ、皆さんこんにちは。星から来たアイドル、シカです。私のキャリアを破壊しようとするならば、あなたを長生きさせることはできない。
このコーナーで私が男性の声を使っていることを疑う人はいません。実は、これはちょっとバカし、実は女性の声よりも効果があるんです。字幕を Google 翻訳するのはやめてください。意味がありません。
やめましょう。
Sweet Jesus, what on earth was Hiro Arai thinking? Man, he's got the creative spirit, at the very least. Now, thankfully for us, all these earth-shattering revelations have been regrouped into a few slides. So let's take a look. To put this bluntly, a crew of idols are behind the dolls. They're known as the Doll Masters, and make their presence known to ARX by blowing up half of Halpha. But don't worry, they blew up the half of Halpha that you never see in-game. But let's be honest, they're cute idols. Do you really think they're that evil? Exactly. Something must be compelling them to be evil, so I'm telling you, you can fix them. Just keep in mind, we didn't show all the Doll Masters that will appear with the update, as there's a Doll Master corresponding to each female outfit in the game. So for the people who've been complaining about all the scratches not being actual gameplay content, well guess what, now they are, as each scratch will also add new Doll Masters to the story. These idols also host their own concerts, but they differ a bit from the usual ones. While the concert boost is significantly stronger, they do inflict special debuffs that last an entire hour. These range from halving your potency, preventing you from dashing, enabling friendly fire, having only 1 HP, and more. If you don't wish to take the risk, then rest easy, for they only do their concerts in hard-to-find locations. In addition, just before a concert, a short world trial, Dollmaster Crystal Suppression, will always occur. Various colored emotion crystals will spawn throughout Halpha, and everyone must seek and destroy them. The crystals are a summoning vector for the Dollmasters, and breaking one will just spawn another one somewhere else on Halpha, although with a new color. The remaining colors at the end of the trial will determine the Dollmaster for the concert, and for the urgent quest that follows their appearance. And speaking of urgent quests, the development team has gone out of their way to bring you all the bosses from the previous games. This isn't limited to just PSO2, we've got all the bosses you've loved, remixed, and placed in entirely new areas. These are the transformed Dollmasters though, so you will hear their idol voices, instead of the usual voices. The bosses play quite differently with the NGS combat system, so I hope you look forward to these amazing encounters. However, we won't spoil the special minigame that occurs after a Dollmaster urgent quest, that would ruin the surprise. However, all this content cannot be completed with the gear currently present in NGS. Conventional photon weapons can't hurt the Dollmasters, but luckily for ARX, there's been some new developments. For the people who have played Essence, this might be quite familiar. But anyway, we have a video to show, so please enjoy.
Our weapons are useless, but we have developed a solution. Observe.
I'm pleased to meet you, Master.
We have reconstructed another lost technology. They're called Weaponoids, and they're the only thing that can harm Dollmasters. With the powers of anime, God, and photons, Ilma and I were able to create life similar to the Dollmasters within our weapons. I've asked all the item labs on Halpha to redesign their workspaces for Weaponoid maintenance. But I won't lie to you, Weaponoid upgrading is a much more demanding task. There's a greater need of materials, and the Weaponoid, as a person, needs to be trained and maintained. This does mean you'll have to take care of them and their needs, but it shouldn't be a problem for ARX. When Dollmasters aren't attacking, take the opportunity to learn about them, show them the beauties of life, and give them affection, and in turn, their performance will be enhanced. With enough training and affection, any Weaponoid can become a powerful asset. So don't ignore your Weaponoid's needs, and good luck to all of you.
So, what did you think? The weapon system is being overhauled, thanks in part to the popularity of Weaponoids in PSO2 Essence, and the Western gamers wanting more content. Let me explain. Weaponoids are quite special, as they can transform between both a weapon form and a humanoid form. To get one, you'll first need to find an unidentified rare drop and bring them to a Tekka. The Tekka is a special NPC that can decrypt unidentified items, and will be key in uncovering sealed weapons. Once you have found a sealed weapon, you'll need to equip it and complete its unsealed task using said weapon. It is a bit tricky, as sealed weapons can't be improved and deal 50% less damage, with rare weapons having very tricky tasks to complete. But provided you're up to the task, you can then visit Ilma to unseal the weapon, revealing the slumbering weaponoid. There are too many different mechanics in regards to the weaponoids and their upgrades to fully explain in this headline, but rest assured, there's something for everyone. The development team noticed a trend in the gacha game market, and especially the love and attention those characters received. By adding a character to the weapon, and removing the need for units, we can increase the grind significantly, without any worries of gear being outdated, as it always catches up, and has its own uses. For example, the ability to increase the star rarity of any weapon, means that everything should attain a minimum viability, keeping fans of certain weaponoids happy. Unlike normal weapons, weaponoids carry 4 unique potentials, which all are active simultaneously. They all start at level 1 from the get-go, but 2 potentials are locked until you upgrade the weaponoid's star rarity. There's a secret 5th potential, but that's locked until you give sufficient affection to your weaponoid. You'll need loads of materials to upgrade each potential fully, so try and prioritize the potentials you want to upgrade first. Weaponoids also have up to 3 variables, customizable settings that tune special effects according to your liking. These often have drawbacks, so feel free to experiment and tune the settings to your liking. You can also leave your golden prim swords behind, as weaponoids use special weaponoid training data to level up. However, the best source of weaponoid EXP comes from the exchangeable materials such as the alpha reactors. On the flip side, we have the weaponoid strugments that are required to increase the star rarity of your weaponoid. Strugments corresponding to each weaponoid can drop anywhere in the world, but are quite rare. You do have an increased chance of dropping your equipped weaponoid strugment, but it's not guaranteed. But thankfully, all the strugments are tradable on the player shops. You can also obtain various weaponoid-specific materials through the exclusive weaponoid dailies and weeklies. They're also one of the many ways you can increase a weaponoid's affection, which will unlock special affection quests. You'll be able to see a new side of your weaponoid throughout these special quests, so be sure to check them out. Alright, we've covered all the major updates coming on April 30. I'm sure you're dying to get your very own weaponoid, but first, we have something else to cover.
NGS Operation Report.
Now is the time that I, Masahiro Sakurai, relay the answers to some of your requests, or shall I say, demands, from the development team. I know Hiro Arai used to love doing these segments, so I'll give it my best. Alright, first question. I regret doing this already. Luckily for us, we have other questions to cover. I can't afford scratch tickets. I guess that's a fair point, but that's not a question. Luckily for us, we have one more question. I can't afford scratch tickets, because the dollar has gone into hyperinflation, and now what used to cost $2, now costs $2 million. Can you reduce the price of AC scratches? Ouch, man, it sure sucks to be you. But luckily for our American gamers, we have a response from the development team. In fact, with the upcoming release of our very own cryptocurrency, GeneCoin, you won't have to worry about your economic troubles. Carved with the image of the goddess herself, Gene, this digital currency will have direct integration into NGS, letting you purchase scratches directly in-game with your GeneCoin wallet. If you wish to mine some GeneCoin, then make sure to play as a female character, with the chest sliders set to maximum. That was the development team's response. Truly, we care so deeply about our players, that we are willing to save them from economic turmoil. Like, when did Yoshi P give you a house for free? Yeah, I thought so. And that was all the questions we received. Or at least, the ones that weren't horrible to read. Anyway, let's head on to the final segment of today's show.
NGS Satellite Information.
There's still plenty of fun to be enjoyed with NGS. Please take a look at some of these fun campaigns. A special campaign, Uninstall Gacha Games, will begin right after this headline. Keep your PC clean of rival gacha games, and net yourself some excellent prizes. As we want you to stay healthy, we highly recommend keeping the software running in the background. It'll protect you from unwanted gacha games. Keep this protection up for a whole year to net yourself the mythical pair of frilled balloon bosom, and a whopping 10,000 AC. We are also proud to announce the launch of cosmetic fixers. We had numerous requests from players complaining that there wasn't enough rare items in the AC scratches, so we decided to implement a cosmetic fixer system for base wares. This also addresses the much requested complaint of thick characters having bloated outfits, so I hope players can scratch to their heart's content and find a cosmetic that suits them. If that wasn't enough, we decided to launch NGS for cell phones. KaiOS is a powerful cell phone operating system, which was the ideal platform to port New Genesis. It boasts a state-of-the-art 2D x 3D art style, supports 4G connectivity, and allows you to snag 10 SG as you play NGS on the go. We are also offering the Weaponoid Gene to anyone who logs into NGS through the cell phone version. This is a great time to try out the game for yourself and experience NGS on the go. And finally, we have overhauled the symbol arts from PSO2 into the new version, N-Symbol Arts. N-Symbol Arts support two new layouts, portrait and square, and offers players the ability to display their work on Shopping Plaza ads, and as a replacement to their sticker slot. Shopping Plaza ads have a starting price of 5 million Meseta, and an auction is open per billboard every 6 hours, so make sure you've got the funds first. This is the perfect time to advertise your selection of grinders to sell on the market, so be creative and have fun with NGS. That's all the news and information for NGS for the month of April 30. I'm sure you would prefer that I, Masahiro Sakurai, would announce a Smash Bros. Collaboration, but unfortunately, that's not going to happen. At least, not right now. We are indeed planning a Smash Bros. Collaboration, but we can only get 3% of the roster in NGS. To make up for it, we are adding several Kid Icarus themed items, so please scratch and tell Nintendo that we want a Kid Icarus Uprising 2. Your wallet is the maker of dreams. By using the coins inside, you can shape the future you desire. I'm counting on you all. That's the end for this NGS headline. So, how did you feel about this? Please let us know your comments and feedback regarding this show with the hashtag NGS headline on Twitter and other social media platforms. Everyone's opinion matters, and we take your feedback very seriously, so please do use the hashtag to your heart's content. The next NGS headline from April 30 will be an unscheduled NGS headline. Yvonne will host the worst NGS headline ever, and she'll end up like Louis XVI during the French Revolution. Alright lads, I've got to work on Kid Icarus Uprising 2 now. So thanks for watching NGS headline, bye bye.